Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fool's Apprentice. My name is Benny, and today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to do a book review. Let me tell you, I saw this on a YouTube channel, and they just flipped through it like really quick. But I saw enough of it that I was really curious and decided to buy it. This is called The Library of Esoteric Tarot. And I love this image. This image is really beautiful. And I don't know if you could see it on screen. Probably. There we go. The lettering is embossed in gold. And so it's really shiny. And then, of course, this is the back. Of course, like you're going to know. It's a really, oh my God, can you even see that? I mean, look how thick this book is. It has so much information in it. I'm really excited to discuss this with you. This book is amazing, and I think you might be interested in purchasing it. And they have it on Amazon at what I think is a reasonable price, considering everything that you're getting. So let me flip the camera over, as always, and we'll get started. And I'm back. So one of the things that I just realized is that my camera doesn't go any higher on my stand. So this is like right just at the cusp of being able to fit online. These are my study cards. I always try to keep this area clean. But anyway, so it's just going to fit perfectly, I hope so. I'll try to be mindful to make sure that as much of the image stays as possible. So as you can see, the imagery and the color is amazing, and inside the imagery also is in color, and you will not be disappointed. So I have bookmarked several areas, but let me tell you, this book is heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. These are the bookmarks that I have, areas I want to discuss with you. So I just bought this on a whim when I saw it on YouTube and decided, let's give it a go. If not, I can always return it. It's Amazon, and as you can see, I still have it. So this book, I love the inside. These keys, aren't those nice? Like the key to the tarot. Look at that. Look at this color. Isn't that a stunning color? And of course the print matches. Look at that. Edited and written by Jessica Hundley. Designed by Thunderwig. Essays by Penny Sliger, Johannes Figbig, and Marcella Kroll. So as you will see, there is a lot of information here. It really talks about the history of tarot. They even have a section where they actually talk about oracle cards, which we'll go over. They have the major arcana, and they talk about the minor arcana, symbols. So there is so much information. And look at this. As you can see, they did not disappoint with the imagery. So here they actually talk about alchemy itself. And one of the things that I do like is when you have the image, it actually will tell you here in the bottom what card it is, who created it, what year, just some basic information that if you want to look it up, you can. Stepping into Oblivion. I love this one. This one's a brief history of the tarot. So they really do go into the history of the tarot. Isn't that stunning? And I suspect that these pictures are actually of the pictures of the actual cards, because the ones that I do recognize are. So there's just look at this. This is a ton of, one thing that I do like that this book does is that the paragraphs are sizes that are in chunks that can be digested. So one of the things that I do is I'll read a paragraph, and then I'll just make sure that, like, did I understand what I read? Does this really make sense? What about this information do I want to recall? And also, it's just really nice to know that if I decided that I needed to stop in the middle of a page, I know what paragraph I'm on. So that's nice. Instead of having a couple of paragraphs and then, trying to remember or put a marker of where I left off, this makes it much, much easier. So they talk about previous early decks, iconography, which is nice. And they have these opening quotes on every chapter. So just going over some history of the book. And let me tell you, this paper is thick. It's not, at least I don't think it's cheap paper. It has a semi-gloss, as you can probably see right there, which makes, I'm sure, the colors pop, and also kind of protects the pages. The Sula Busca 1400. I actually love that deck. Marseille. I don't know, but for some reason I'm really drawn to this deck, but I think it's really outside of my abilities to even learn how to read with it. It's just so unfamiliar to me. Like this, I have no idea. We get to the Rider-Waite-Smith. Now here's where they actually talk about the oracles and Lenormand decks. So you get some history there. And then we just get into... okay, so mark number 1. I really love this section because it actually takes you down through the history of the tarot deck. It starts at 2015 in Italy. The first paper mills are established, which is really important for tarot cards because that's what tarot cards were printed on. And then it just goes down the line. And look at this. I mean, 1700, 1800, 1900. All the way to the 2000s. And I think it ends in 2018. Yeah, it ends in 2018. So let me double check when this was, let me see, is it here somewhere? When this was published, it had to be 2018 or 2019. Maybe that's in the back. Let me see. Yes. All right. Actually, 2020. Okay. So... but there you go. That's a lot of information, which is, for people who are historians, people who would like to know where things come from, this is perfect. Gives you enough information where you could would be a jumping off point for you to do additional research. All right. The attributes of the archetype. God, that is stunning, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, ship in the back. So they talk about the major arcana. And so now we actually get to the major arcana. This is the Fool's Apprentice YouTube channel. So we'll go through the Fool. I'll show some pictures of the other cards and then we'll go into the minor cards. But I love that they have a full-size picture on the left. The number 0, the element of air. And I like that it has the planet and the zodiac right here in the upper right. Has the number association. I honestly don't know what that is. I'm not that far along in my learning, but I love the qualities and the symbols. So freedom, lust for life, beginnings, adventure, and then the symbols that are in the card. So, and then the different ways to pronounce it depending on what country you're from. So I think that's really, really cool. And then goes deeper into symbology, the attributes of the card, and then they'll show you a whole bunch of different Fool cards with some information on each card. So I think that is so cool. A lot of these decks I had never seen before or heard of. So it really is introducing me to a brand new world that I didn't really know existed. And there are probably hundreds of thousands of different tarot decks that we don't even know about. I could be exaggerating. I don't know. But, God, this is amazing. And she doesn't, give you just one or two. You get a wide variety. Like, I've never seen this card. Oh, and look, and I think this is related to the Thoth tarot. So I love that there's a mixture here. Let's see. Yeah. And oh, there's another alligator. And there's a rune symbol, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, she gives you a wide variety of cards. Oh, nudity, if you don't want to see it. The Lover's card. And then we go into the Magician. And so I'm just going to flip through some of these so you could just kind of see. Oh, hello. Who doesn't want this deck? The Spoiler Tarot. It was actually on eBay a few days ago. And I was so tempted to bid on it. And I think I could have actually gotten it. However, this particular seller had only 3 items sold in the history, in their history, and there were only like 25 reviews, and I just didn't feel comfortable purchasing it, so I didn't. But I'm hoping one day that this will land on my table. So, like, just stunning cards. Look at the Lover's cards. Isn't that amazing? Okay, let's jump. Strength. I love this Strength card. Too much information for me, but I just love the imagery and the colors used. Look at that. And I'm just jumping around so we could see different cards from the different creators. I mean, and just come on. Creating a tarot deck takes artwork for it to be accomplished and be able to convey meaning, traditional meaning, and maybe some nuance. Judgment. Look at that. Stunning. Okay, so all of this, let me see, where are we at? I want to make sure I give you, this is the major arcana. This is the intro section. And then this is a minor arcana with a few tidbits at the end. What a significant difference, right? So here, another bookmark, we're going into the minor arcana. And I love that it do some numerology here on this side. So Ace is new beginnings, 2 is duality, self-reflection, all the way down to the King. And so here we go with the Wands, again introduced with a large picture, very colorful, very vibrant. The qualities of the card, the astrology, it's really nice. And here is where it's a little different than the major arcana. Here you actually get little blurbs on each card, and then you get some cards. Look at this Knight of Wands. That's amazing. Jeez, that is a very powerful card. Look at this movement and effort. Wow, that's amazing. And so you'll get all different kinds of cards from the Wands, and then it'll go into the Cups. Same thing. Large picture, qualities, astrology, a little blurb, and the meanings. And then it does the same thing with the Suit of Swords. Oh, let me go to the back. The Suit of Swords. Mind and matter. I love that. Attaining abundance. Is the Pentacles. Let's go to the front page. I mean, this is extremely well done. I mean, extremely well done. And then we're done with the Minor Arcana, and we go to the Visionary and Exploration. And then this is where we get to talk about artists, creators, and mystics. Provide some background information on them. Oh, look at that. Isn't that stunning? I mean, it's a great coffee table book. Great starter conversation for guests. Here we go into symbols. And then we do spreads. And then just some final notes. The bibliography. I love bibliographies because this is where I will go and I will look up all this information and just enrich my knowledge on whatever it is that I'm studying. I love all the image credits that are given. Look at all of those. Acknowledgement, resources, and then there's the ending. So let me turn this around and I will be right back. And I am back. So I hope you enjoyed this review of this book. This is a really, really great book. I mean, if you just love artwork, this has enough of it. If you want to get into all the various types of cards, historical cards, more modern cards, cards from the 70s, this has it. I think it covers the tarot really well. It's not the same. Oh, I don't have it here. And Benabel Wins, like her book, it's not the same type of book, but I have found this very useful in my learning. I think it's a great book for people who are just starting out, for people who have been doing it for a long time. There's just a wealth of information that I believe would benefit anybody. So I hope you enjoyed my review and walkthrough of this book. It's called The Library of Esoterica Tarot. Esoterica. I'm never going to remember that. That's why I have to read it. You can get it on Amazon. And until next time, have a good day. Bye.